$3,729 in personal and $1,100 in business. Now, how many weeks a year do you want to work? I normally calculate my budget on a 48-week year. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with what your prices need to be able to cover all this plus more. So basically, you need to make $15.28 per hour, 4.5 hours a day, 4 days a week, 48 weeks a year to cover your business expenses, okay? $51.79 per hour plus the $15.28. Your prices need to be $67. You need to be averaging $67.07 per hour, 4.5 days a week, 48 weeks a year, 4.5 hours a day, 4 days a week, 48 weeks a year. So now what we do is we calculate, what do you want to save per month for vacations? What do you want to save per month for retirement? What do you want to save per month for just a general emergency fund in case problems happen, small problems happen? And just fun money, like for you to just go out and blow money. All right, so let's do this. For this additional amount to meet these numbers, that's an extra $1,500 a month. That's an extra $20.83 per hour.
Okay.
Your prices to meet these numbers, you need to average $87.90. So let's just say $88. 76. Let's just say 96. Okay, $96 per hour, 4.5 hours a day, 4 days a week, 48 weeks a year, giving you a month vacation every year, a month off of work. Covers all of your expenses, personal and business. It covers vacation. It covers retirement savings. It's $250 a month towards your emergency fund, and gives you $500 a month in fund money. And it pays your taxes.
Yeah, definitely. This is awesome. Thank you.
Okay, now you have this number. Now is when I would include, what do I think I'm worth? Do I think I'm worth more than that? Because I wouldn't go lower than that. But do I think with my level of education, my level of training, my level of care, do I think it's worth more than that number? Okay. Look, $100 per hour covers everything we just talked about.
Yeah.
Plus extra. Plus, you don't have to stop at 4.5 hours.
Right. Correct.
I mean, you can do the 5.5 or 6.
Which is what I usually do, is 5.5.
And then that just gives you more gap. That gives you more space just to have extra. The thing that people need to learn, though, is when they have that extra, be intentional with it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, like, what happens is no matter what people make, they live paycheck to paycheck because they just spend all the extra. And so they're still paycheck to paycheck, but they just have more stuff. Or they go and they start buying all the things that they've been sacrificing because they couldn't afford it before. And so it's just like, yeah, we live paycheck to paycheck, but we have better meat now. Or, like.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly it.
So if you can stay frugal and stay on the budget that you have, and then you start piling up this excess, and then you can say, okay, honey, okay, husband, like, what are we going to do with this extra money? Oh, let's throw more in vacation. Let's throw more in our emergency fund. Let's throw more in my fund money category because I have this excess, And then we can decide what we're going to do with that excess. And it's fine if you decide with that, as long as you have those, like, retirement, emergency fund is those, once that's funded, that emergency fund is funded.
Yeah.
That's excess that you can throw into something else. You can have better vacations. You can enjoy life more, or you can save up for the other business that you want to start.
Right.
Now, here's why I don't want you to go to just 100. There's many different pricing strategies. Okay. Now, I love offering packages because I like the guarantee. Right. A lot of people, they want to charge full price and just have people rebook, and that's great. I like that too because I love getting full price. But I would rather have somebody signed up for 3, like have already paid me for 3, 6, or 12 hours,
right.
That I know I'm guaranteed this income. I know they're going to come in this many times for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're gonna do that, your minimum price needs to be $96 per hour.
Okay.
That's your best price that you're gonna offer, because that's the minimum you need to make to cover all those expenses. So maybe your minimum price is 100 and you raise your prices to 130 or 120, and then offer packages that get people down to the 100. Again, you can do whatever you want with that. You can give more to charity, you can give more to your retirement, pay off those credit cards faster,
Yeah.
put money in your kids' education savings.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so many things we don't consider in our budgets. That's really great. If they're paying that much per hour, I say go for it. I would just limit, because when it comes to billing insurance, that takes a while for you to get your money.
Yeah.
I would just limit how many sessions per week I'm gonna do of that. So I would minimize. Maybe it's 2 sessions per week that I would bill insurance for, 3 or whatever you think you can. You know, only 1 client per day can be billed insurance. Above, and that maybe that's the 4.5 hours. Once that is hit, then the 5 to 5.5 hours, that hour can be billed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, that's what I would do, just because I don't want to have a whole week full of clients that I'm not getting paid for 6 months. I have the packages in my system, so my system keeps track of the packages. So once somebody pays for the package, I add the 3-hour, the 6-hour, the 12-hour package onto their system, and I put all that money into a savings account, and only pay myself from that money when they come in. Because the mistake people make when doing packages is they take all that money home and then they feel like they're not getting paid.
100%, yes.
So I don't even touch that money. I put all that money into a separate savings account, and I pay myself on my paycheck when that client comes in and redeems those hours. That money just goes onto my payroll report, so I feel like I'm getting paid for it.
That is brilliant.
Well, I'll just give you a strategy of something that I do. You can tell me if you want to use this or not. Anytime I'm going to raise my rates, I usually give them about 60 days notice, a minimum 30, but 60 days notice if I can. And then the last month, so I'll give 60 days notice that my prices are going to go up. And then 30 days before, I will allow them to buy a package at my current rate of 85. So if I'm at 85 and I'm going up to 100, I'll allow them to buy 3 or 6 hours, or even 12 if you wanted to, but I normally keep it smaller. 3, 6, or 12 hours at $85 per hour, not at my old package rate of you said 75 or whatever for people who are on packages now. So that's one strategy, just so that, like, look, my prices are going up to 100, but you can get this price 3 more times or 6 more times if you buy this package. Is that scary?
Yeah, I would say I'm not feeling intimidated by that. I don't feel that way.
Because that allows you to have all your regular clients at 100, and then now you can start building up at that 125 price.
Well, I had to wait like 2 months to get in with you. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if that's the case, dude, then you definitely need to go up to 125. Not with your regulars yet, but for new clients, 100%. That is how you set your prices, not off of emotion. First, figure out what you need, then figure out what you want, then think about what you think you're worth, and add that on top.